Good day, and we're here with another edition of Around Windsor. And today is Friday, March 22nd. Is that right? That's the right day. And I expect many people in the community are aware that our beloved Chief Frank has accepted a position in Florida, which is a great career and family opportunity for her. But it did open up the need for Windsor to have a new police chief. And today I have a number of people that we're going to hear from. Chief Frank is with me. Our new police chief, Bill Daniels, is with me. We'll also hear from Brandon Gunlock, who is the current town manager in Weathersfield, where Bill is coming from, and we'll hear from a member of our current police staff. So there'll be a few weeks in the interim, in the transition between Jen and Bill, but I wanted to take this opportunity to get the word out and allow the community to meet Bill and to hear a little bit about the support that he had that brought us to this decision. So while the charter calls for the town manager to make staffing decisions, and that's exactly what has happened here, I just wanted to point out that all of the expert testimony, so to speak, that I solicited while pursuing this decision. Chief Frank and I had a pretty robust discussion on the transition to a new chief, and through that discussions we had conversations about local opportunities on staffs in the area. And Bill's name came up very quickly with a lot of very positive support. Jen used her professional networking to flesh out that support. We contacted VLCT. Trevor Whipple is their expert on law enforcement. We spoke with our staff. You'll hear from one of those members shortly. Our emergency management staff, our fire chief, Kevin McAllister, who has had experience working with Weathersfield. The select board was brought in early on when this decision was being considered. So all in all, there was, I expect to be about 10 people who were familiar not only with Bill, but with law enforcement and the demands. I think the most important opinion that I relied on was Chief Frank's. She has done a remarkable job in building this department. One of the primary objectives is to make sure that that progress doesn't stop, that it is continued on forward. And having somebody who's familiar with the Windsor Police Department and familiar with Jen's work and an interest in supporting and expanding on that work was key. So with that, I'll turn this over to Chief Frank, have her say a few words, and then we'll be introduced to new Chief Bill Daniels. Chief?
Hello, Windsor. In some ways, it's bittersweet to be leaving. I've been incredibly blessed to have had the opportunity to protect and serve in this community. And one of those elements, as you start to look forward, is what happens next. I will tell you that I am incredibly blessed to have known Chief Daniels. Chief Daniels comes to us from Weathersfield Police Department, where he leads with honor, character, and integrity. He's a man who understands the value of community and the value of relational policing. But he's also someone who's going to hold offenders accountable for their actions and make certain that we're in a community that people can continue to live, work, play in a way that's safe and comfortable for all. I've known Chief Daniels for a considerable amount of time. He is well steeped in law enforcement here in Vermont and some of the unique complexities of the laws, statutes, and ordinances we have here. What I can say most about Chief Daniels is that he is a leader. He is an individual that people look to for advice, for questions, and for kind of the best way to try to handle a situation, whether it be an individual in the community or other officers in the area. We have had multiple interactions with Chief Daniels and the Weathersfield police officers. We regularly back each other up at different cases, calls for service, and when our officers are tied up, Weathersfield PD is always there. And the same goes for us. Here in Windsor, when Weathersfield's tied up on a case or they need an extra officer, we've always slid on over to go see how we can help them out. Why does that matter? Because it shows us already that we know a lot about the way that he polices, the way he leads, and the way that he treats the department. I will tell you, while leaving is a difficult decision for me, and although I'm looking forward to the challenges and opportunities, in some ways it's so much easier knowing that a very qualified professional person is going to be coming in to take that place, take the great advancements and opportunities and programs that we've had, and to continue to advance those and move those forward.
Well, thank you. Those are inspiring words, and I know I understand the weight of making the personnel decisions because that's what keeps the services going. And having staff to count on that can help those decisions has been critical, I think, to the success that we've had here in Windsor. So if you don't mind, Bill, if you give us a little bit about your background and why you're looking forward to coming to Windsor.
Hello, my name is Bill Daniels. I've been with Weathersfield since 2014 as the chief. I was very fortunate to get the position. I love the community. I'm very supportive of the interaction that I've had with the town, the personnel, and the agencies that I've worked with. As Chief Frank says, we work very closely with Windsor PD. We back them up on calls and vice versa. And as a matter of fact, this morning when I was coming in, one of the Windsor officers were backing up my officer on a call. I love the fact that Windsor is a tight-knit community. Officer Chief Jen Frank, has done a wonderful thing supplying this agency with the needs that they have from the town. She's also wonderful at community policing, as you can tell by all the events she used to go to, all the pictures she has. The community loves her, and my hope is to continue that through community outreach programs, through foot patrols in town. I have an open door policy, so if anybody has any concerns that they need to, they can definitely get a hold of me and we can sit down and have a conversation. I look forward to developing the department and continuing them and growing as the community needs arise.
Thank you, Bill. I look forward to working together. Videos can go a long way in introducing people to one another on a broader scale, but nothing really replaces that one-on-one or that in-person meeting. And as much as we can during the transition and certainly after the transition, which we expect to take place in early May, that we will be making a concerted effort to be out in the community, taking questions personally, either as a group or an individual. So I have had that opportunity, and I can tell you that I am 100% confident and very pleased to be able to make this transition. And I know that the community will find the same enthusiasm once they get to know Bill. None of that overshadows the time that we've had here with Chief Frank, both as a school resource officer and then as the chief. I don't know that I can overstate my gratitude for your service here. There will be an opportunity Wednesday, the 26th. Chief Frank will be at the select board to kind of give her assessment of the department as she sees it and the steps forward. So there'll be another opportunity to hear, but it's been a very good ride. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
We'll also see in this video, I said a video call that I had with the town manager in Weathersfield, and we're also going to bring up one of our ranking officer, our school resource officer, Sergeant Favreau. So I think it's important to hear from prior employment, personal relationships within the department, and those testaments to the professional abilities of the new chief. So we'll take a break here for a second, and then we will change out. Thank you. Right now we have with us Sergeant Favreau. Many of you may know the sergeant as our school resource officer. He's been a great asset, and actually Sergeant Favreau took over from when Jen Frank was our school resource officer before she left for Norwich to become the chief. When she left, Paul, you stepped in to be the resource officer and done a great job there. And I asked Paul to come up and just talk a little bit about his experience with Chief Daniels and how he's looking forward to the chief joining the staff. Thanks for doing this.
Hello, everybody. Thank you, Tom. I just want to add that I've been doing this job, I think this August I'll hit 35 years in law enforcement. I retired from the Vermont State Police after 28 years, and I came here to Windsor. I've been here working for about 6 years, actually 6.5. But it's a great town to work for. I've loved every minute of it. I just didn't want to give up law enforcement. But what I can say about Chief Daniels is I know he's been the chief of Weathersfield for about 10 years, and he's been fantastic. Even with the state police, all the other offices I work for here at Windsor, all the other offices and surrounding PDs speak very highly of him. He's just the type of guy that gets along with everybody, well-liked, he's respected. I know he's earned his position as chief. It's not an easy job, and just the fact that he's been doing that for 10 years speaks volumes about him. Most chiefs I see, they last 4 or 5 years. It's a very, very stressful and difficult job trying to balance the needs of the community, dealing with the crime. In this day and age of social media, You try to do the best that you can to appease everybody in the community, and that's a very difficult balance. But I can say that he does a great job with that. I know many times here in Windsor, we run short-staffed, and we may have 1 or 2 people on a shift, and we don't even have to call for assistance. There have been domestics and things like that. We get a call to, we don't even ask for his help. And before we even get to the scene, he's on site already to help us out. And that's happened on a couple different occasions. I know the officers in his PD speak highly of him, and all the guys here at Windsor are just excited, and speak very highly of him.
Well, as we've mentioned before, Jen has done a great job as chief, and maintaining that momentum forward has been one of the key components of looking for a replacement. Do you have any concerns that that's going to happen, or?
I think we have the best replacement we could possibly have found. We're very excited for that. And Chief Frank has been phenomenal. She'll be a big loss for us. I'm happy for her with her new adventure. I know she's moving to that warmer climate, something that we've all thought about at one point or another. But if there was a person to fill her shoes and be a replacement, my hat goes off to you guys. I think you really did a good job picking a great person for that.
Thank you.
Well, I think from my office here, I can't think of a department that, if it wasn't functioning well, would cause greater problems in the community and greater headaches for my office. So I've been fortunate in my 15 years here to have a good string of chiefs and a strong department, and I'm absolutely confident that's going to continue. So thank you for taking the time to say a few words, Sergeant.
And welcome aboard.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. All right.
And I have with me now Brandon Gunlock, who is the town manager in Weathersfield. Did I say your name right?
Yes, you did, Tom. Thank you.
Thank you. It's a troubling word for me to say, so I practice it every day. Anyway, Brandon has been in Weathersfield for at least 5 years, and he can go into a little bit about that. But I just wanted to get some of his thoughts on his working relationship with Bill and Bill's relationship with the community. So can you tell me a little bit about your relationship with Bill?
Yeah, so I've had the privilege of working closely with Bill Daniels for over 5 years, both in his role as police chief and in my capacity as town manager.
Can you talk a little bit about Bill's integrity and leadership? They're such important components of the role of a police chief.
Chief Daniels has consistently demonstrated outstanding leadership and has been dedicated to ensuring the safety and well-being of our town and our residents.
And I'm sure you can appreciate that policing today isn't the same thing as it was 5, 10, or 20 years ago. And community policing and the relationships with police departments in their community is vital. Can you talk a little bit about Bill's role in that and how he's directed your staff in that area?
Yeah, absolutely, Tom. Chief Daniels has always fostered strong collaborative relationships with our department heads, staff, and residents. And overall, Chief Daniels has upheld the highest levels of integrity and policing standards in our community.
Well, thank you. And I guess, is there any final message or kind of overreaching message that you'd like to extend to the Windsor community as they are introduced to Bill?
Yeah, absolutely. Chief Daniels has left a lasting impact on our police department and with the people that we serve. He's really going to be missed in the town of Weathersfield, but we're comforted knowing that he'll be just next door, continuing his exceptional service in a neighboring community. So overall, we wish him nothing but success in his new role, and we're confident that he'll continue to make a positive difference in anywhere he goes.
Well, that's appreciated. I know on our end, knowing Bill's reputation that is shared by so many in the Upper Valley that are in law enforcement or municipal governance, it took a very difficult situation for me when Chief Frank left to know that we have a known commodity of his reputation that are available. So while Weathersfield's loss may be Windsor's gain, I think the strong relationships we've shown both on the municipal management level and with our police and other services will be something that'll just get stronger through this.
Yeah, absolutely. The town of Weathersfield and certainly in my role as town manager, we appreciate the relationship we've had with the town of Windsor I know that Chief Frank and Chief Daniels have worked very well together from a policing aspect over the years. So I think it'll be a seamless transition, and he'll do very well in the town of Windsor.
I agree, and I appreciate you taking a few minutes to get this out. I know this is a big development in Windsor's governance, and this will go a long way in a positive introduction, so it's appreciated. Thanks very much.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Tom.